Chapter 6 An Unusual Friend. You'll be introduced to a new OC in this chapter, and we finally get some action. Freak, monster, devil child, doesn't belong. The words echo throughout Screwball's nightmares. Go back to Count Gardens where you belong. No, she murmured, tossing her bed. You're evil, just like your daddy. Now. Cisco was instantly at her bedside. Fortunately, she had not put a magical barrier on her room as well. Screwball, honey? Yes, what's wrong? The village shook as her eyes popped open. She sighed in relief at the sight of her father. I'm okay, Daddy. I just had a bad dream. Oh, I see, he said behind her bed. Can't you talk about it? It was those things that sit up at me today. They won't go away. Is that all? He took his arm and pat her on the back. There. What do I always say? Screwball scrunched her nose. What fun is there in making sense? No, the other thing. Ever bring a pie to a cake fight? No. I mean about name calling. Oh, sticks and stones may break my bone, but names will never hurt me. Exactly. Well, technically the 6 stones won't hurt you either after a healing spell, but you get the picture. She pulled away from his embrace and looked up at him desperately. But Dad, were they right? I lost my mind today. I almost get my friends. He waved his positive for reminding detail, like going, forget about that shit. Every point loses her mind once in a while. You just seen your mother at her first Grand Gallic Gala. He tapped his chin. Actually, you can. He snapped his fingers and an image appeared on the wall. Screwball gasped at the sight of a slightly younger version of her mother in a torn ball gown, standing beside a huge net. I'll get you yet, my pretties, he said creepily to Anna's counting fear. Oh yes, as soon as you want for little birds or monkeys or predators and nuts, you'll be mine. Mine! She then broke into a maniacal laugh, lightning striking from nowhere. Screwball did not know whether to be scared or amused. It was hard to believe that the man she was watching was a sweet, nurturing mother. This girl sighed in awe. Yes, isn't she ravishing? He sent the image away. Now you know not to get on your mother's bad side. The treatment she gave you night today was nothing. Okay, so it's not as bad as I thought, Screwball admitted. It's worse. I'm crazy on both sides. She groaned as she clapped her hand to her pillow. Screwball. Disco says, shaking his head. Every point's crazy. Some just sure better than others. I being one of them, she mumbled, flipping onto her side. It's nothing to be ashamed of, sweetie. For the shirt her strung her head. You have to that other police do not. Chaos. And where's that gonna get me? Look at what it did to you. Disco was taken back by this. Screwball! Screwball said and faced him. I'm sorry, but she hugged her knees. Sometimes I think I might go too crazy. They might turn evil. You have to turn me to stone. Oh, honey, don't say such a thing. He turned and wrapped his arms around her. No boy's gonna turn you stone, or bring you any harm of sorts. Now I'm here to protect you. He wiped her tears from her face. Did I ever tell you the time I snapped in front of your mother? Flea shook her head with a sniff. Well, it happened while I had your mother imprisoned. It was her birthday and I brought her friends for a visit. In the midst of that, she told them she didn't love me. She didn't know I was listening and, well, it broke my heart, as well as my insanity. I was buried in details, but let's just say my rampage involved turning out Applejack into cereal, twice Walker's home into a candy cane. Screwball snickered at the thought. It may sound funny to you, but if you had seen me at that time, you wouldn't have laughed. He sighed as he remembered that fateful day. I had lost so much control that I ended up physically hurting your mother. I could no longer keep her, knowing what I did, knowing that she would never forgive me. So I let her go. But you know something? She returned to me and we finally confessed our feelings for each other. So how does this apply to me? Screwball asked, growing slightly impatient. Are you saying that no matter what I do, everybody's gonna be okay with it? Not every pony. Only the ones that matter. Tell me, Screwy. After today's incident, did any pony forgive you? She pondered. My friends? Then they're the only ones that matter. For me, that was your mother, and that's what saved me from losing complete control. Your pals are special, my dear, but never lose sight of what is really important. Understand? She didn't understand completely, but she nodded anyway. Good, for the smiled. Now let's get you back to bed, shall we? Screwball crawled back under the covers and smiled up at the conquest as he tucked her in. Would you sing me a lullaby, Daddy? He paused and chuckled. I think you'd prefer your mother sing for you. No, your voice is beautiful, but I also like it when you sing. He sighed and sang a lullaby he had written for her. This time he had a new verse. Remember that one time I took you to that baseball game. You got your cutie mark, and things were never quite the same. Your wild pitches flew, driving the ponies all insane. 'Cause I am your daddy Discord, and you are a piece of me. It was a subtle reminder of how special she was to him. I love you, Daddy, Scrooge said when he was finished. He kissed on her forehead. I love you too, my little abomination. When Scrooge awoke, it was nearly dawn. She often rose early, as it gave her the perfect opportunity to sneak out. She needed to clear her head. After putting her hat on, she opened the door crack and saw Dardell was still asleep on the couch. She flew into the air and slowly made her way to the front door. Seeing that she had not seen her father, Screwball transported outside the Cloud Castle and crossed the bridge into the Evergreen Forest. Telegram was harder than it looked. At her current age, the filly could travel no further than a few feet. Even that would leave her slightly dizzy. This is why she ran the rest of the way. She came upon a brown lake, one she had found a few years ago the first time she had snuck out. The water had not been brown then. She turned to chuck a mix to the creature of the forest would not come for a drink, so she would be left alone. This was her sanctuary. This was where she could spread her chaos freely. No rules, no judgment, no ponies, just her and chaos. Miles away, in a forest much darker and more sinister than every forest, Queen Crystal was sitting on the throne. Pledged her next move. One of her servants approached cautiously. Your Majesty, he murmured with a bow. The prince is here to see you. Oh yes, the king ordered. Let him come forth. The gentleman who approached was slightly different from the others. Where he had a thick black body with a green beetle's back, translucent wings and deformed legs, he had blue hair flowing down to his shoulders and green eyes with black pupils. He was quite young, a foal at that, a small male version of the queen. Ah, my son, she said with pride. She stepped down from her throne to inspect his growth. She lifted his chin so that he may look with her eyes. Today's the day you go on your first hunt. If you're ever to one day rule as king, then you must be able to find food for your subjects. Are you ready, my dear? The prince straightened up and held his head high. I am, mother. Show me. What is the first rule of hunts? Do not get caught. And the second rule? Make sure the pony you change into is not around. And our motto? Love is weakness for the victim, but strength for us. Excellent. Now, since you're still young, I suggest you keep your targets simple. Perhaps a young foal of some sort. And steer clear of Canterlot. They are always on the lookout for suspicious characters. And don't return till you've had your fill. Go, my son. Make your mother proud. The prince down and took disguise. He had not left the Chingling Forest without an escort before, and was not familiar with the outside world. He gawked at the greenness of it all. He imagined what it could be like to roll in that soft grass. He shook these thoughts out of his mind. He had a job to do. His expedition led him to the Evergreen Forest. The best way to catch an unsuspecting pony was in a closed area. He was not aware of the forest's danger or its lack of ponies. He landed on the path and began his search. His ears perked up as he heard a noise. He hid in the bushes and listened again. It was soft. It was haunting. It was the most beautiful thing he had ever heard. The sound guided him to a clearing. He gawked at the sight. What trees should have been, there were enormous kidney canes with slightly less enormous sconces surrounding them. The ground was pink with orange and green polka dots toadstools and swirly lights growing up from it. What sort of place was this? The prince jumped as something emerged from the muddy lake.
Matthew, Mom needs
It was a filly looking about its age, wearing a mask and snorkel. The brown water dipped from her curling purple and white mane and pink fur. As she started humming, the prince realized that beautiful melody had been coming from her. The filly sighed. Snorkeling can get boring. A small dinghy appeared beneath her, a newspaper hat atop her head. The prince was astounded, swearing they had not seen her horn. Sailing, however, she said. She summoned a small mast and pulled up a flag with a screw and baseball on it, matching a cutie mark. Then she made an eye patch over her eye. Arr! She cried. Ahoy, mateys! Next up, Billy Devil, where shall rock down the gold. the juice, and the cream cheese. The prince stopped with a chuckle. This fellow was quite amusing. Yo ho ho, a power slap for me, she sang. At that moment, something pounded hard inside the prince's chest. He took it as his hunger and remembered of what he was here for. He thought back to his mother's lessons and looked into Philly's mind for her loved ones. The first thing he saw startled him, for it was a hideous creature they figured to be her pet. Next was a Pexia, seemed to be the mother. That would not do. He had not mastered outdoor transformations yet. Then he saw a unicorn filled with strange eyes. He gagged at the thought of turning into a girl, but it was the best he could do. He closed his eyes and concentrated, adopting the pony's shape. In a blaze of green fire, he had turned into a unicorn. The disguised changeling jumped out the trees and approached the same Philly. There you are! Screwball shrieked in surprise. She had not told anyone this place, let alone her best friend. Dinky, what are you doing here? The prince guessed as the Philly floated to shore, changing her paper hat into a propeller one. He then got a good look at her eyes as she removed the patch. They were unlike anything he had ever seen before, and he could get lost in those hypnotic spirals. Dinky? He snapped out of his trance, remembering his disguised unicorn Philly. Dinky, was it? He borrowed one of these because his mother taught him. I keep looking for you. Your mother's when we sick. But why are you out here? Screwball asked, staring at her. Don't you know it's dangerous out here? You're out here, aren't you? Oh yeah, but I practically live here. Besides, I thought this forest scared you to death. Changeling hesitated. Yeah, but I got to be brave. Your mom's looking for you. He could feel the love on his tongue. Friendship was not the most thing on meals, but it had a decent taste. Screwball, in the meantime, was growing suspicious. She could not explain it, but she could tell when ponies were lying, and Nico was not one to lie. You're not Dinky, she stated. Changling's false eyes widened and he laughed. Don't be silly. Of course I'm Dinky. He squirted as he was lifted by the tail off the ground. He faced his efforts upside down. No, you could not be caught in his first hunt. Put me down. It's really me. I'm Dinky. No, you're not. Felix nudged the roof. Show yourself. Then the prince was unwillingly changed back to his true self. Screwball gazed at the creature in wonder. Switch cheese legs, cobweb hair, a deformed horn, and cycle-like wings. She had never seen anything like it before. What are you? She asked, circling around him. How did you do that? The prince demanded, finally noticed something about Philly. More importantly, how did you do that without a horn? That's none of your business. What do you think you are? Processed my friend. Impersonating ponies is not very nice. But how did you know? Because she rammed his hand to the ground. Answer my question. Who are you? What are you doing here? Are you nuts? The prince hollered before he was not blow to the head. I'm not nuts. I'm Screwball. What's the difference? Ow! I'll ask you one more time. What are you doing here? He raised his foot desperately. Look, I don't want any trouble. I was just so hungry and Felix's mouth broke to smile. Well, why didn't you say so? The prince cried out once more as she dropped him. He rubbed his head in pain. If you're hungry, I can just give you something, Screwball said cheerfully. You like kind of candy? He ordered. Apple chocolate milk. What's chocolate milk? Screwball gasped as she had been stabbed with a knife. You've never had chocolate milk? What sick, twisted home did you grow up in? Oh well, I say it's about time you tried it. She summoned a glass and dipped it into the lake. She handed it to Changeling, who looked at it like he had no idea what to do with it. Go on, drink it, Philly urged. He cringed. You want me to drink monkey water? It's not monkey water. It's chocolate milk. Trust me, you'll love it. He figured he should tell that he did not eat or drink, but for some reason he didn't want to disappoint his Philly. He was still trying to process how she had unmasked him and why she had not run away by now. So he hesitantly took the glass and raised it to his lips. His eyes shot open as the liquid touched his tongue. He then chucked the rest of the contents down his throat. This stuff is amazing, he exclaimed. It tastes just like love. Screwball shook her head. Well, I don't know about that, but I told you it was good. She giggled as the precarious coat scooped his glass in the lake. She still did not know what it was. Stay tuned for part 2 of this. Stop, damn it.